Hi, everybody. Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and I remain unconvinced about cars.
You would be.
Fuck cars.
I'm Alex, and the path to becoming a great inventor is through parental neglect and misogyny.
Yes.
Classic.
I'm Kat, and I definitely didn't recognize any dance routines from an earlier, more popular, better movie.
Definitely. He didn't use the same goddamn tune.
Nope.
Wow.
Or the exact same choreography.
Strong opinions out the gate.
Whoa. And I'm Brendan, inventor, ingenious devices of all types, specialist in engineering, wheelworks, equipage, scientific instruments, and contrivances.
Is that legit what it said?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I like how somewhere in all of this you put in effort. Either to look up what it said or to actually go and write it down.
Listen, I have feelings.
It's good that you have feelings. This is a safe space for you to let them out, despite the fact that I just proved that it wasn't.
I'm going to feel so called out. But go on, Pippin. What are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about the 1968 movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So,
Yeah,
spoilers are bad. You don't even need to change anything for it to be a porn title. So,
Chitty!
No! I said it and I instantly regretted it. So spoilers abound. If you want specific content warnings for things we may talk about, I'm sorry I mentioned porn before.
Before the warning.
Before the warning. And you can check out the show notes on nostorysacred.com. For those of you who've never watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the summary according to Google is, while truant from schools, young siblings Jeremy and Jemima meet the beautiful, truly scrumptious, who falls for their widowed father.
Scrumptious.
You're truly, truly scrumptious. The you know what pisses me off is that this movie does...
I'm not even through.
No,
I'm not even
she has to
through
finish.
the summary, Cat.
Fine.
Meet the beautiful, truly scrumptious, we don't need to sing again, who falls for their widowed father,
Why?
Caractacus
Potts. Not crackpot.
Nope.
Caractacus.
Because otherwise it wouldn't be serious.
Yes. And his various oddball inventions, including the family's noisy rebuilt car, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. One day at the beach, Caractacus, shit.
Just use his last name.
Potts.
One day at the beach,
We're keeping this all in.
Every word of it.
It's gold.
One day at the beach, Caractacus. I hate everything so much. One day at the beach, Caractacus tells Truly and the children a fanciful fable about the villainous Baron Bombburst and his evil design on the Potts family car. I did it!
Way to go, Pippin. You did it in one. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. I was already inclined to be mad at this movie because when I first put it on, I was all like, oh yeah, like a kid's movie from the 60s. It'll be like an hour and a half out of my life.
Fucking lie.
And, you know, it's like, oh, I'll have time to watch it and maybe something else before bed. And then I pulled it up and it was 2.5 hours long.
Yes, it is.
And I'm like, fuck this.
There's an actual intermission.
There's an intermission in this goddamn movie.
There are so many songs, you guys.
That go on
so
for
many.
so long.
And they don't even get the car until 40 fucking minutes in. 40 fucking minutes!
Well, they don't even sing the Chitty song until 53 minutes in.
Oh, but that's okay, because there's, at the beginning, a very important, 10-minute sequence of the history of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang as a Grand Prix winner.
Which never really comes up again.
It never comes up again.
Look,
Although
it's a tale of redemption of a car that was lost to us.
This could have been a great prequel to the Cars franchise.
Maybe. I mean,
but for real, guys, I actually watched Ford versus Ferrari, which is about going to the French Grand Prix. And I'm like, I now care about this 10-minute sequence more than the entire rest of the film because I understand the stakes. Thanks to a completely different fucking other movie.
so can I be real about this real quick?
Go for
Come
it.
rap with us,
Be
Brendan.
real.
I think I remember watching this when I was at that right impressionable age when I was a child.
Yes.
That
Same.
I remember liking it when I was a kid.
Yeah, twins. Do you guys remember this movie at all?
What I remembered was the image of Trudy Scrumptious as that doll.
That's fair.
I remembered that specific image. And I think before I watched Court Jester, I wasn't sure if that thing in my image in my head was from
The Court
that
Jester.
or from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because they're both in the
Weird
both have
60s.
castles. Weird 60s castles.
Yeah.
Movie castles.
What I remember of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was from those like 10 seconds of like the Disney, like the magic of Disney. You look at our movies commercials, you know? Like,
Really?
well, you remember those commercials, like showing the catalog or like not a catalog. What's the word for
Filmography?
Yeah, their filmography. And like, and there's like that, those 10 seconds of them singing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I love you, and then moving the
only
fuck
catchy song.
along.
Wow. Here's the thing though. Despite it, again, being rather slow paced, 3 hours long,
We should just add an extra half hour every time we mention it.
but like, I remember most of the songs,
Same.
like
Really?
being fond of any of the
yeah.
ones that didn't involve the kids.
Oh,
The Child Catcher. Still fucking love The Child Catcher.
And the thing is, like, there were like pointless songs and all that, like the grandfather singing a posh traveling life. But you know what? It was a catchy little song.
Actually, that was kind of charming.
Actually, and I remembered that there's a song later that, again, could have been completely excised, but it was actually super formative for me, which is when the grandfathers, and we're gonna have to get to the plot in a minute because this makes no fucking sense otherwise. But when but when the grandfathers with all the inventors,
Yeah.
and they sing from the ashes of disaster come the roses of success.
From the
From the ashes,
ashes, rose ashing ashes,
from the ashes of disaster come the roses of success. Yeah, I fucking loved it, actually. Like, I had that in my head, and that was actually disturbingly formative for me.
Well, for formative things for me was that we established early on in the movie, we'll actually get into the story here. Early on,
swear
we
to God we
established Cracticus Potts as an inventor, and seeing that breakfast machine, I'm like, hell yeah.
That breakfast
I want to
machine
make that.
that was a bitchin' machine. I wanted that when I was a kid.
I mean, nowadays I know enough about like engineering and stuff like that to know like, yeah, trying to heat clay like that, porcelain plates, that's going to be a real tough way to cook eggs there, buddy.
Little do we know the actual way that the story works out. It wasn't like a fantasy that they told. They've just been food poisoned and they are hallucinating.
Carbon monoxide poisoning inside the house. Oh, that's a depressing ending of the movie. Ugh. Let's
get to the
Let's
actual.
talk about the story, you guys.
yeah.
I mean, I already covered pretty much the whole thing.
Wow.
Well, truant from school, young siblings, I'm not sure you guys remember.
The children. You just refer to them as the children.
I mean, everyone else does.
That's all the adults ever do.
But where are the children?
The children!
I nearly ran over your children.
Yeah. So the story starts with the children playing in the now dilapidated Grand Prix winner car that had exploded earlier on in the opening title crawl.
It wasn't the car's fault.
It wasn't.
The driver didn't want to run over a little, again, child, a truant child, one might say.
What is that?
And so crashed the car. And so really, what? So the dude died. The dude straight up died. Like that kind of fire. Yeah. I learned that in Ford versus Ferrari as well. When it explodes like that. So there's a dead man's ghost in that fucking car.
That explains a lot. How this car later on in the film has a personality and a soul, one might say.
I think I'm seriously recommending that people first watch Ford vs. Ferrari and then watch this movie.
I'd say, who are you? But I'm not surprised.
But, you know, the kids were playing in the remains of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Maybe there's a skeleton underneath the seat. We don't know.
We don't know.
Ashes, definitely. Anyway.
Oh my god, you guys, from the ashes of disaster.
Oh, yeah.
This is a success.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be great if they actually thought of that?
Would be like part interesting.
Of the storyline? Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been great, guys?
Yeah, so the kids were playing there. They learned that the car is going to be sold off to some guy for scrap. So they have to get, 2 shillings or 10?
It's pretty expensive. It's like 9 shillings or something like that.
It was 10. It was 10, you guys.
I believe it was like the equivalent of like $100.
It was money that they did not have.
No, they were poor.
Which I remember being like a little annoyed at these fucking kids. Like, were they unaware that there was just not that kind of money around?
I mean, do you think he told them how much money they had?
That's true.
Yeah, he was kind of an irresponsible dad. Speak of irresponsible dads, the kids almost get run over by a car. Happens 2 times in the first 20 minutes in the movie where kids almost die.
Yeah.
But they get taken in by, truly scrumptious.
I'm not singing. It's not happening.
Like, whose naming convention makes sense when you realize who wrote the original story.
Oh, yeah. Alex, do you want to tell us who wrote the original story?
It was written by Ian Fleming of James Bond fame.
Same guy who came up with Pussy Galore.
Octopussy.
How many other... I don't even want to say it, guys. That's a joke I didn't need to go on with.
No. Anyway. She takes the children. To their father, played by Dick Van Dyke, Cracticus Potts.
Dick Van Dyke, who was the one and only person they were able to bring back from Mary Poppins. Oh, because what had just come out, like a couple of years previous, had swept the fucking Oscars or whatever, had been incredibly successful beyond anybody's wildest dreams, and Disney did not yet know how to have a formula.
No. And one thing I'll give this movie credit for, they did not have Dick Van Dyke even attempt to do a British accent.
True.
Which, good choice. The man's a treasure all by himself. We don't need to have fake British accents, even though they're all in England.
We don't need to, showcase his flaws.
No, he can sing and dance. Let's just stick with that.
Oh, I have a mean comment later when we get to that part of the story.
Fair enough.
His
Which
dancing.
part? Okay.
But yeah, no, they get delivered to the dad, and we learn that he's a crazy inventor. I don't know how you...
Crazy old Maurice, huh?
Huh?
Crazy old Maurice.
No, but he's an inventor. None of his inventions work, but us as the modern day audience can recognize some elements that are like, oh, he's just ahead of his time.
Ahead of his time.
Like
flight? What?
What?
Actually, some of the stuff he was inventing, like, I'm very certain others were working on.
Well, yes, but there's a basis there. We do learn during this first sequence that I think Truly had a little thing for inventors. I'm just putting that out there. She's like, ooh, look at these machines.
Look at these machines. Will you tell me what they do?
And of course, he was kind of an asshole.
She specifically calls out the candy making machine.
Your your sugar is being cooked too high. What do you know about oat sugar?
Yes, young lady suspiciously named Scrumptious. What do you know?
She doesn't know. He doesn't know Scrumptious yet. He just knows Truly.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Truly, say the children.
But yeah, he throws her out, basically.
'Cause he's a dick. Van Dyke! What?
Huzzah!
And then she has trouble starting her car because women can't drive.
Women. Oh, and, he's got to point that out as well.
Like,
Maybe women shouldn't be driving, if they can't fucking drive, eh?
like maybe
Whoa.
your children shouldn't be outside if they don't, if they can't keep themselves from running out into the fucking street.
Well, they can run around in the street if, maybe you were competent enough to actually not hit them. Just a thought. The number of times her car is run into a lake is a non-zero number.
And greater than 1.
I think it happens 3 times, which brings it into the rule of 3 thing.
Ah, motherfucker.
Like, 2 of those
Disapprove.
times, she's run down by, Dick Van Dyke and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That's
I don't
true.
know if the 3rd time counts. I think the car was
first-
just still in the lake.
No, the first time, she runs into the lake because she's avoiding hitting the children.
Yes, the children.
The children.
The second time, it's because, he's driving a giant, car around a blind turn.
To be fair, that's like the state of England.
Yeah.
I don't mean state, country, whatever.
But I don't know about number 3.
It's the same deal. He's driving.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. He's
fair enough.
He's driving after her to be like, I was wrong, I love you.
Oh!
I shouldn't be all like, whatever in my feelings.
But we're jumping around a little bit.
We are.
We have 3 hours of a podcast to do today, by the way, guys. You're in for a treat, listening audience.
As we just cry silently for 15 minutes.
That's the intermission. How do you know?
We have to do, like, a 10-minute long music number.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
There has to be Morris dancing that is not identified as Morris dancing.
Potty podcast. No.
No, that sounds weird.
It does. I regret all my life choices through now.
Yes. Reasonable.
But, man. We get more songs. We get a failed candy pitch to the Scrumptious Company, in which we learn that Truly happens to be the daughter of the candy company owner.
Nice. Good job.
Oh, look. I wouldn't know anything about candy making, now would I?
Would I?
Asshole. But he's lucky his kids are cute.
And they're not that cute.
They're
They're not that fucking cute.
Also, for the record, so he goes to pitch his candy thing, which is, he accidentally made candy whistles. No,
because he was incompetent at making fucking candy. Let's just be clear at this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, through the ashes.
Yeah. But then it turns out that they really attract dogs through dog whistles. And I would posit that if they hadn't had such a long fucking song, the dogs would not have gotten there. Had time to get there.
So really, it's his own shitting fault, isn't it?
Yes.
This is a lesson to you all. Keep your elevator pitches tight.
Yeah, it's a type 5.
Type 5.
No choreography.
Like, he had already said yes. Let's end the song now.
Yeah. He said yes. Keep on going.
Keep on going. Get that shit signed. Get out.
Oh, weird. All these dogs came in for completely unrelated reasons.
How strange. We are all puzzled by this.
He didn't need to do the candy whistle orchestra.
He really didn't.
That's fucking true. Oh my god.
The check is signed 2 T's. Thank you.
Thank
Let's
you very
go on.
much. And we'll just be going now. What's that barking noise? Don't worry about it. We're leaving. Definitely has nothing to do with us. Might be the meatsicles that I heard were being made somewhere else.
Yeah. Or, could be because your daughter is a woman. That's probably why.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, those women and they're bringing dogs. That being said, yeah, I think it wasn't just the timing, but it was specifically the Candy chorus that called all the dogs.
It's true.
Before that, when it was on an individual basis, you couldn't, the dogs were just chilling outside. Hubris. Now, that's what this is about.
Now, we'd make fun, but I do remember this being like one of the first songs in the musical that like really stuck with me too, to be fair. Anyway, so having failed in his pitch to the candy company, right?
Being a failure.
Failure is a common theme in the movie.
It is.
He goes off to the fair to fail again.
Yeah.
Yeah. To try and earn the 10 shillings.
Because he's like, oh, maybe I should actually have money to do something for my children.
Which, you know,
Legit.
admirable.
Yeah.
Though kind of late in life to be thinking of this.
Right. He could be doing anything at all to earn a steady wage. Whatever. We're at this point
Real
now.
talk,
Let's
guys,
earn.
real talk.
Yeah.
I think the only reason they're able to have food or whatever is because of his grandfather's soldier's pension.
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Which is
100%.
super shitty that he then does not repair the roof over the grandfather, nor get him the home help I feel he needs. He seems to regularly have episodes.
I mean, they're manageable.
It's true. He doesn't seem to have the kind of dementia that's dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, he's not.
Yay.
It's non-violent.
It's non-violence and so on. However, I'm just saying, maybe somebody shouldn't be that cavalier with the needs of the elderly.
Oh.
Like, I mean, he's offered to let him sleep somewhere else, but like he's comfortable in his upstairs room. He should repair it.
He should absolutely. Well, and also, frankly, that's some short-term thinking if you don't do roof repair.
Oh yeah.
Now that's a problem that will get worse quick.
And will
Very
be
true.
exponentially more expensive to fix.
Yep. Oh God. And anyway, we mentioned the circus there. That's where Cracked Pots goes next. Mm-hmm. Fails in a hair cutting machine because, of course.
Of course, because it's a stupid fucking idea.
We have a chase scene. It's wacky. And then he gets to participate in a dance routine.
Morris dancing. It's Morris dancing.
This is where my mean comment comes in.
Oh.
Did I write down specifically?
Oh yeah, I have notes.
The old bamboo.
It was catchy, but I actually wrote down in my notes, okay, yes, Dick Van Dyke can dance, but he's no Gene Kelly, so why are we bothering?
Wow.
I was salty this whole movie.
Holy shit.
I'm just saying, Dick Van Dyke seems like a really nice guy in real life. We're not actually judging you.
Dick Van Dyke, super nice guy. Gene Kelly, total asshole. If it comes to terms of people I'd rather hang out with, Dick Van Dyke.
Oh yeah, Gene Kelly was a dick.
Yeah. Comes to terms of people I'd rather watch dance. Gene Kelly.
Yeah,
Fred Astaire.
Oh, Fred Astaire, you're right.
Fred and was nice.
Yep.
Taught Debbie
Yes, he
Reynolds
was.
so that she wouldn't be beaten up by fucking Gene Kelly anymore.
Ooh.
Very true. Fred Astaire.
And Old Bamboo, totally not singing about a penis.
Yeah, but that's just
not.
Morris dancing. Come on now.
But through the course of this dance, I guess they really impressed the crowd, and
Way too much money is thrown.
all the other Morris dancers give them his cash, which is
Definitely
the
gonna
singularly least believable thing in the film.
Right.
Thanks so much for coming and fucking ruining our routine by being a stranger who didn't
Adding
know the
a
words.
comedic element to our art, you asshole.
Yeah.
The only reason we aren't literally beating you with our fucking bamboo right now is because you somehow managed to not fuck this up.
Yeah. The audience dug it. Weird.
By the way, his poles are not bamboo; they're metal.
Yeah, and so through the miracle of this dance, he has enough money to buy a car, admittedly a junk car, but still the 10 shillings and more.
And more.
Because he had to get parts too, I'm sure.
Although he basically takes apart part of the house. I'm convinced, by the way, again, that while the car was in the garage, that's when he found the body.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Let's see what's under
never see it.
Let's see what's under the hatch here, and that's a skeleton.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Oh, where are the kids? I don't know. Good.
The kids are with Grandpa. Is that wise?
They don't need to see how I'm going to repurpose this body.
Grandpa, I need you to help me dig a grave.
All right, my boy.
We used to do this back in India.
Sure did, Grandpa.
Colonialism.
And finally, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang shows up because he fixed the car, you guys. Has a weird knock to the engine, but that's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Definitely has none of his other inventions had any peculiar things go on that could endanger the lives of others.
Definitely not.
Surely not.
I love how the name Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is describing the noise the car makes. And the kind of worried look he has when he's describing it. It's like, oh, that's just the car talking to us, telling us its name.
That is the exact excuse that a really, really worried parent gives to their kids.
Oh,
it's like,
guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just all, this car's
Normal.
personality.
Just don't move too fast. Don't move.
Chitty doesn't like it when you do that.
But also, legitimately, my car was making the chitty chitty noise, Pippin. I think you remember that. And that was because the brakes needed repairing and the rotors were rotting.
Oof.
So, I'm gonna just say this. I'm not saying that Chitty is an ugly car, but it is a lot.
Excuse fucking you.
You son of a bitch.
Actually, I have something to say about this. Fuck you. Fuck everyone in this room.
What?
Because, yes, I'm taking you all down. Because
Hey.
the appearance of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the fact that it has that metallic hood, is actually a direct callback to a real car, the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. Okay? It was a stunt, sort of. It was a stunt car. It was, in fact, developed to win races, and they were so fucking confident that it would win any number of these racing things that they fucking covered it in, like, aluminum, which they called silver, because they're like, we're this confident that this isn't going to be embarrassing for us. And you know what? It fucking wasn't. It won every race. It was the greatest car in the world. Legit. And the Silver Ghost, that particular car still exists. It's still around. They've been repairing it, and it still goes 60 fucking miles an hour in a time when most cars could make a sweet 20.
Cat,
Yes?
do you want him to, in your old age, fix up one of those classic cars?
Actually, no. So the reason I know so much about this is because, I was writing a romance novel. I wanted the American cowboy to end up in England like you do, and end up being somebody's chauffeur. Again, it was the mad scientist chauffeur. So anyway, but I ended up doing research into cars, and then I found out about this, and I just fell fucking in love. To the point where the entire, point of the story started shifting around to just be more about the car. The title changed. The title, by the way, is Driven by Desire.
I thought it was Car Love.
There's more than one sex scene was added involving the car. There's a chase suddenly.
Chitty Chitty Bang
Bang.
I went all in.
So did Chitty.
Bang! I still want to sell this book, so agents hit me up. And also, I do have a dream now. I really want to experience being driven in one of the ghosts, the Rolls-Royce ghosts. They were also called 4050s, because that's the horsepower. So that's really what I want. That's what I want. If you guys ever want to get me a present, I don't want the American ones. There was an American manufacturer. in like 1914-15. I don't fucking want an American manufactured one. I want a British one. Okay? Classic car drive. I want it.
For the record, just so you know, I wasn't going to say shit about the look of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That was all on Alex. I don't know why you decided to take me down with it.
You're related, and I just assumed
You're related.
I heard somewhere.
We're all related. That's the point of this fucking podcast.
Listen, he used a boat for the wood paneling. And
has wood never been used as paneling on a car before?
I mean, this was a precursor to the 1970s when that was prevalent.
The body of a boat does not quite match.
The wings of an eagle.
and the chrome hood of
the was it the fireplace hood?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
How did also that hood should have been like what? Like
hot. I don't mean sexy. Unlike the 4050, which was seriously fucking hot. Oh my god, you guys.
Wow, okay.
Listen, I didn't think I was a car person until I started. Oh my god.
So, anyway, the point is he makes this car, he drives Trudy Scrumptious into a lake again.
Oh, that's right.
She is
We're
upset.
talking about this movie.
Yeah. We have a lot of singing about the car, the name drop movie title song.
And one thing leads to another, and they end up having a picnic on the beach.
Oh, they were
beach
already
day.
planning on having the picnic at the beach. They just picked up Trudy on the way.
Yep.
Yeah, by running her into a lake.
That's why she didn't have a swimsuit, but she just, I don't know, did something with her dress.
Made do.
Right.
Yeah.
And the kids are watching Trudy Scrumptious and Crackpot, and they're like, do you think they're in love? And I'm like, this is the second time they've ever fucking met.
And he has been negging her this entire time.
Real talk, though, kids of that age will legit just be like, are you in love? And, like, I've answered some uncomfortable questions. Uncomfortable.
Also, it's like a pretty lady who's interested in their dad, new mom.
Yeah.
They also, one of their lines is, once they kiss, they'll have to marry. And I was like, that's a legit funny line. Fair enough to the kids.
Also, again,
They have to have
I have
one.
put up with so much, you guys. That's legit kids. That's just kids.
Yeah, that's believable. I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
And then of course his kids sing again, and it's all stand on your mark and sing. Okay, so we're done.
I don't remember what they sang. I
No,
legit
no.
don't.
You sang it, Kat.
Songs.
Wait, I did? Oh, truly scrumptious. You're truly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a reprise of an earlier Truly Scrumptious song. She gets sung about a lot in the movie.
Yes, she does.
Well earned, because you know what? She's on fire.
Also, though, that's a girl who wants to fuck an inventor.
Yeah.
Like,
Now she has a kink. I am not gonna shame
also,
her.
frankly, some girls have daddy stuff, and clearly she does too. Her dad is also an inventor.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Well,
That makes sense.
I said it. I
Contextualized.
said it.
Wow.
Listen,
Anyway.
she wants her dad again.
Wow. Moving
Freud.
the fuck on. So,
They decide to have story time at the beach.
Like one does. Oh yeah, after 15 minutes worth of Edwardian beach jokes.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Because you gotta have those Edwardian beach jokes. Can't have a
Relatable.
movie without that.
that is called relatable content.
Mid-story, we get the Wayne's World, happening, and then we get to part 3 of the story, I guess.
No, this is still part 2 of 5.
Or something. I don't know. It's this whole entire sequence in which, totally not Germany, wants to steal the car because, of course,
With a blimp.
it was a submarine at first.
Oh, that is it?
Yeah.
There were so many zany schemes that took for fucking ever.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah, there's-
there was like a Looney Tunes owns fake tunnel shit.
Yeah.
There's fake tunnel shit. There were, like, 2, like, spy versus spy type guys.
Yeah. But eventually, they decide to try and kidnap Cracticus Potts, kidnap the grandfather in his outhouse instead.
This is all part of the story, by the way, being told.
Yeah.
This was a difficult thing for me to understand as a child.
Well, to be
Yeah,
fair,
right?
within the movie, they don't make that obvious.
There's just the again, the Wayne's World bit.
Was that there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye for it.
They were looking at a normal boat on the water, and then it goes to doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and
then
it comes,
he says, actually, that's this. And then it goes into a doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
and it becomes a steamboat.
Is that before the intermission?
Just before the intermission, I thought.
Yeah.
That's what screws you up, because the intermission happens, and so you think you re-enter the real world.
Yeah, no. Was the part where he's like, little did we realize that we're now surrounded by water? Did that happen before or after the intermission?
Before.
Okay.
Intermission happens shortly after Grandpa gets kidnapped, and they drive the car off the cliff.
Yeah, and fly.
Oh, yeah.
Like one does.
Yeah,
Oh, but-
because we had a cliffhanger for intermission.
Ha ha ha,
Oh.
cliffhanger. Get it?
Everything's
Yeah.
terrible.
Pippin's like, I'm done with everything. Just everything.
This whole movie.
Yeah, so they chase Grandpa being kidnapped
He
in
sings.
Chitty Chitty, and they drive right off a cliff because Cracticus
Can't
do
drive.
anything right.
Might as well be a woman, am I right, guys?
Oh,
Oh, but it turns out, Chitty can fly.
yep,
And this is after we found
Magical.
out he's also a boat.
yep. He was a boat. Now he's an airplane. This is a magical car, y'all.
It's a magical fucking car, guys.
And they give chase. And you think like a car that turns into an airplane could easily catch up to a blimp.
You know,
But no.
Wrong. Brennan, I thought you were a scientist.
because
I
here's
know.
the thing. Here's the thing. Chitty Chitty isn't just chasing after stuff. He wants to give, I'm anthropomorphizing now. He wants to give, Caractacus and Truly a chance to, bond.
Because the spirit of the dead driver inside needs to have some entertainment. Come on.
Yes. That is exactly fucking it.
During this time of the chase, there's the fun song from the grandfather.
For no good reason.
Yeah, but you know, it's still fun.
A lot of his songs were fun. I mean, the problem is that there's a different, and this gets us back to maybe the point of the podcast where we talk about writing. Not just bitching about shit we don't like. But you can like something a whole lot. I like all of his songs. I'll say it. I like all the songs. I even like the character a great deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary. And it just
really
made it
wasn't.
longer.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you gotta cut shit. You have to. And it can be stuff that's really great. If it's that good, cut it, put it in something else.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, random fun fact. The actor playing the grandfather,
Yeah.
younger than Dick Van Dyke.
No.
By 6 whole months. I read that too.
No. Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
I
went
have to
bold
say though,
early.
Dick Van Dyke was really hot in this, like the way he did his hair. It was
Oh,
really
yeah.
attractive.
Yeah.
And it was just getting to that salt and pepper and like, oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Yep. Yeah. Not too proud to admit it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Oh yeah. And Dick Van
Still
Dyke,
has it.
I still would.
Fair. For the rest of the movie, we're in the totally not Germany country of Bulgaria.
Vulgaria.
Was it Bulgaria?
It was Vulgaria.
Ugh.
Cause vulgar, get it? Get
Uh-huh. And we got a couple of plots going on here where the Baron Bombburst really wants his own flying car, so
it?
he's
He's
kind of
spoiled or whatever.
yeah.
They
Whatever.
They infantilize him in like so many fucking times.
Yep.
Has a ridiculous German accent, because of reasons.
and hates his wife.
Also, unclear why.
Like, she's attractive, she's attentive to him.
She actually seems to give a shit about him. And her only weird fetish is the fact that she doesn't like children, and he doesn't seem to like them either. So what's the problem here?
They seem to work really well together in that dynamic.
She doesn't like children, and to be fair, in this movie, neither do I.
Though, remember, this is a story within a story. Mm-hmm. So he is telling, so the only married couple in Crocus's story.
That's a good point. Shit.
And then he tries to shoot his wife. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there is a whole sequence of murder attempts.
Yeah, murder attempts.
While also attempting to have sex. Yeah, remember, because she's dressed up as in a corset with long Swedish girl braids.
There was
there's some issues there.
Yeah, there's whoever did the costumes here has a thing.
Miss Truly, does our dad have issues?
I don't know, but I really like it.
Children.
It reminds me of my dad.
Oh, God.
How could this happen to me?
You would
mistakes.
Pip, you brought this evil on us.
True.
No! I wasn't even the one who suggested this movie.
But you are the one who mentioned porn first.
That's true. This is all you. This is all your fault, Pippin. All you. You want to know why I'm the way I am? It's because of you.
I learned it from you.
So anyway.
I think we're a bit punch happy.
While they're trying to rescue Grandpa, Chitty gets taken, and so the adults go and try and do espionage and don't do it too well. A child catcher, which apparently a lot of people have traumatizing memories of.
I fucking love the child catcher.
Yeah.
You fucking would.
A professional ballet dancer.
Really?
You and I found the exact same article.
But also that makes sense. He did this beautiful, okay, so the child catchers being, because the Baroness hates children, no children are allowed in the town, and so if people do have children, they get taken by the child catcher and put into a dungeon underneath the castle, like normal. And, no, they just get taken. They get taken and put into a different dungeon.
Who knows what their fates are.
The rest of the children are being hidden by the townsfolk underneath the castle. Oh, and Benny Hill is the toy maker in town who is the connection
leader
point.
of the resistance,
I guess, while also being a shit to all the children.
Yeah.
But it's also, do you guys remember Benny Hill? Do you remember who he is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Yakety Sax. And yes, so he's famous for, again, weird British sex jokes, and comedy. But there's a through line here, guys. There's a deep, deep through line.
The through line is, it was written by Ian Fleming, screenplay adapted by, Roald Dahl. That script got thrown out and got rewritten by a producer.
Really?
Producer Benny Hill, I believe.
See?
Not got rewritten.
No?
Rewritten by the director or something, I thought.
Oh, probably, yeah.
This must have been a fascinating experience for everyone involved.
Yes.
And Roald Dahl claims that a lot of the movie is still his, and that he created the child catcher, but the director was all like, nah, that was all me.
The child catcher is the one who's hired to steal children who happen to pop up, which apparently happens often enough to have an actual position, tools, and costume.
You know, he's good at his job. I can't fault him.
He can smell children, which is a little disturbing.
I mean, have you met children?
Fair cat. That's a fair one.
That's a fair cop. Okay. Yeah. I got you. But he dresses up with when the children are left alone after being clearly told not to be left alone, by the way. Truly fucked up.
I
she's
feel
a new
like
mom.
we
It's
were
okay.
taught better. I feel like if we were told, now you've got to hide and be very, very quiet, no going out, we would have fucking listened.
I know,
we would
right?
Freaking hide.
And then somebody, the child catcher pops up I have free ice cream, lollipops, all free
but I'm
today.
so hungry.
We we, even as small children, would have been like, no, there are no free rides, you guys. There's something about
This is how you get captured by the Fae. We know this game.
That's true. That's exactly why we would have known that.
Wait, what's a child catcher secretly a Fae? Just is fucking around?
Sure.
I mean, that seems like the kind of thing you'd do. But yeah, we would know better. But these kids also run into the fucking road and think that their bullshit treasures are worth 9 shillings.
and as you guys remember, they're truant.
They are truant.
It's true.
Oh yeah, they do not go to school.
They don't. Oh. Actually, that's a very good point. They don't go to school.
These kids deserved everything that was coming to them.
So anyway, the kids get taken by the child catcher, who has the greatest role in this entire film, and possibly also 60s.
The child catcher was doing the Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work, and also is pure. I think the only reason this movie has survived in popular consciousness. And to get the children back, they come up with an ingenious plan, where basically they copy the plot of a Russian ballet called Petrushka. I think it's called Petrushka. And mix it up with also the plot of the Nutcracker. So Dick Van Dyke and Truly Scrumptious are dressed up like automatons.
Dolls.
Yep, they're dolls. And are the new toys that are brought before the Baron and Baroness for the Baron's birthday.
Yeah, and Truly is utilizing her summer as one of those robot buskers to the fullest.
I did like her song.
Okay, so here's a true story. I also like her song, but when I was a kid, I didn't know what yearning meant, but I did know the word urine and urinate.
Oh, Cat, no.
Oh,
yes,
no.
so when I was a kid, I did not understand what was going on with that song.
It caused confusing feelings.
I don't want to talk about my feelings right now.
But
This
now,
doesn't feel like a safe space.
we established that. But now, as a queer adult, do you understand the feeling of yearning?
I know that. I don't want to answer this question. It still doesn't feel like a safe space. Pippin.
Listen, I was thinking the other day about how truly the queer, I think I stole this from Tumblr, but the true queer experience, is the feeling of yearning. Love, affection, a new tattoo, whatever.
Yes. But anyway, so she sings this song about yearning where she's a doll on a spindle. So she's turning like like one of those ballerinas in a jewelry box. Meanwhile, then Dick Van Dyke pops out doing a full-on Petrushka, which again is a Russian ballet. Very creepy. Love it. Where he's, dancing around and entertained after he's, wound up. And then he goes and winds up the Truly doll, and she sings her song again, and we see them, gazing at each other lovingly. Again, we have to imagine that the children, in real life, are in the car, just like, what the shit is this? It's 20
this is
minutes.
the bit they editorialized. This is, and we're like, and then they love each other, right?
Right? Yeah, but the thing is, Dick Van Dyke's the one telling the story.
Yeah,
So he's all like
he is sending mixed messages.
So many mixed messages. Just like Truly's father.
Wow.
I'm not letting this go, guys. I'm not letting it go.
I mean, we have to assume that the now deceased wife was probably very blonde too, given how very blonde the children are.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Wow.
How did she die?
Well, probably from one of his fucking inventions.
How many bodies are underneath the barn floor?
Eventually, you lose track.
I will point out, he does still wear his wedding ring.
Aww.
Aww.
Now I feel bad.
So they rescue the children, all the children, and the royalty of Bulgaria are captured in the child capture wagon. Mm-hmm. All is well in the world. They fly home.
Oh, they rescue the grandpa.
Who has a song with the inventors. Again, but never manages anything fucking else. The inventors do not actually succeed in inventing anything even after that rousing song.
Do the inventors even actually show up again after that?
No, they do not.
Nope.
Wow.
It's a shame.
Wasted moment. Wasted opportunity.
They fly home with Grandpa, and that's when the dream sequence / story sequence ends. Everybody returns home, and we discover at the at the Potts household, Truly's dad is there playing war games with Grandpa, and we discover that, what do you know, those dog summoning candy whistles are really popular with dogs, and thus the Potts family is saved.
Yeah, it turns out that the dad and the grandfather knew each other. They served together.
He was the
Batman.
Grandpa was the Batman of the Mr. Scrumptious.
Yeah. And so that adds a level of, like, of course, I want to... Again, the grandfather is supporting the entire family.
Right?
Yep.
Grandpa knows what's up.
Does he?
Well, no,
More so than his son.
like he was giving you child rearing advice.
He was. And he accurately pointed out that he needed to have his fucking roof replaced.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's just that, he's also got dementia.
Yeah. It's sad, but he seems to be pretty, doing pretty okay with it for now. And probably the the Mr. Scrumptious recognizes that. He's like, you know what? This, he was a great Batman. Batman. I gotta support him, because clearly this asshole isn't gonna do it.
Sure, toot sweets, cool,
yeah.
here, money. And you want to marry my daughter? What?
Yeah, you'll notice that doesn't happen on screen with the dad.
No.
Because we'd see the truth of that situation real quick.
So right away, rather than settling all the financial details with his new patron, Caractacus goes and meets up with Truly and I think proposes. Sorry. Nearly runs her off the road again.
There you go.
And proposes, right?
He walks out into the thing?
Into the lake, yeah.
Into the lake and carries her, which, to be fair, I thought was really hot when I was a kid.
I mean, fair.
I mean, Dick Van Dyke can carry me out and wait while I pull my hat back.
and yeah, they both sit in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and then it starts floating off into the sunset, because who knows what real life is anymore. The movie is over.
Wait, but did they kiss? Because if they kiss, then they have to get married.
Did they kiss?
I think
Oh god, you guys, did we make it all the way through this and not figure out they fucking kissed?
Listen, I checked out.
I was checked out by this point.
How was I checked out? I feel like they couldn't have, because I would have noticed Dick Van Dyke kissing somebody.
That would have been very improper for a young gentleman to do, right?
Well, he wasn't that young. It's not like he knew it was up.
And he wasn't a gentleman.
No.
Wow.
No, he was not. And she didn't want him to be one. Listen, all I'm saying is that some wild stuff went on in that story, and she apparently was down for it. And then you dressed me up as a doll?
No. Keep on going.
Continue.
Just like that.
She's really into adventures, guys.
Really?
How many times do I have to tell you?
Yeah. Alright. So
that's the story, guys.
That is the story.
And somehow I feel like we still missed like 30 of the fucking songs.
And they do kiss.
Do they?
They do.
Well, they have to get
in
married.
the lake.
How did I miss him? Ugh, I really want to see Dick Van Dyke kissing somebody.
Well, now you have to go back and rewatch it.
No!
The whole thing. No skipping.
Do you think that I can make my kids watch it?
Yes?
Yeah.
No, I think the kids will like it. Again, as a kid, I didn't really mind because the songs were catchy, and it's a great way to spend 3 hours in an afternoon, I guess.
True.
And it is on
On the
Netflix.
other hand, I feel like maybe my children are smarter than us.
Maybe.
We'll find out, and I'll update Twitter.
Do it. Do it.
So,
But like,
yes.
yeah, I just remember getting this from like the library in Chappaqua and enjoying it when I was a kid.
Yeah, we got it a lot, actually.
We did.
Where was
I just
fucking
felt
I?
inspired to be an inventor because of it. Come on.
Well,
And
wait,
again-
really?
The Ashes of
Partly.
Disaster, like, rewatching that, I'm just like, Yeah, it's like one of those weird background songs of my soul.
It's like between that and Star Trek.
Yeah.
I feel like this is
for engineering.
One of the weird things that shows the gap in our ages.
Quite possibly.
Because you guys, this is like formative for you, but me and Al, we barely remember this movie.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Where are you on the Muppet special of Muppets and Men?
It's the best fucking video we ever watched.
It's why I remember the lyrics to In the Navy.
So, I mean, I think that's the crossover point. Because Brendan and I remember things like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Court Jester. But we all remember of Muppets and Men.
To be fair,
that thing was fucking great.
I need to rewatch of Muppets and Men because I don't remember a ton of it, but I have a more clearer memory in my head of watching it.
Girl, we're gonna do that. Next time we have a dumpling party. Dumpling party.
Dumpling party?
Dumpling party.
Oh my god, you guys. Next time we have a dumpling party, all of us, and Brendan, we can be there virtual, or we'll wait until you're there, and we're gonna watch Muppets and Men.
Well, find me cheap plane tickets next time I can afford it.
Dude, you know what? I want to.
So this is just, I have mixed feelings. Like, I recognize the fact that it could be improved, and we just can't give it a pass because, I regard it as a kid's movie. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know. It's weird for me.
That's very fair.
It's a very much a you gotta kill your darlings kind of movie.
I think that if they had killed their darlings and it had been which by the way refers to, it's a writer's phrase, which is that, all of our words are like our babies and doesn't matter. Kill your darlings.
It's for the greater good.
The greater good.
Thank you.
Anyway, so this is one of those situations where, like, this is really, I actually think this is a good movie for people who are trying to understand the importance of editing to watch.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like with some judicious cutting, it could have been instantly improved.
So
it could be like a timeless classic today.
Yeah.
So can we get into story edits, and can I go first?
Yes. Go for it, Pip.
This means something bad.
Well, I maybe. Obviously, there's issues around women and race, and there should be queer people, of course.
A given.
But if it were me, I'd cut out like the second half of the movie.
Wait, you'd cut out the child catcher?
Yeah,
Blasphemy.
I cut out like this whole thing with traveling to Bulgaria, like all of that. Fuck that entire thing.
They rented a castle, or built what looked like a castle.
I believe that's one of those famous rentable castles. I don't mean that facetiously. That exist out in Europe.
Yeah.
I believe it was Castle Liechtenstein.
That sounds like
nice. Either this movie needed to be cut very much at the beginning, so Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was around like not 50 minutes in, or they needed to cut the traveling to a whole other country bit. One of those things.
I feel like they could have cut all of the circus.
That's not enough cutting.
Yeah, just get to the point. I mean, we want to get to the magic car already.
I would love to see a script and just see what would happen if we just started pulling pages out. How fucking long was the script, guys?
I don't know.
A script these days, you're looking at like 60 to 90 pages, right?
90 to 120.
Is it 90 to 120? I thought it was 60 if it was high action.
That depends. Yeah, if there's long action sequences.
Yeah. I know what you're saying though. So, but anyway, this fucking thing.
If it were me, I think I would actually focus in more on the stupid sweets.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the connection to Truly.
Yeah.
Fair.
And if the goal in the end is to have them go off together, there needs to be something more there.
An actual romantic arc?
Yes.
To be fair, and you know what? We assume that the romantic arc happens because we see the story.
But it doesn't
However,
actually, that's just a story.
It's just a story. So really, it's just truly being down for something nasty.
Yeah. Truly scrumptious. Clearly DTF. This is, again, like the second, third time they've ever
met.
And this is only the first time they've met where he hasn't yelled at her.
Also, like, honestly, this is the second time they've met, and she is showing her ankles all over the fucking place.
Scandalous.
She is
So
getting
hard.
dampened by sea spray.
She took off her hat.
Yeah, she did. And she's been talking up to the kids. She knows the way.
Oh yeah. She knows what she wants and she knows how to get it.
There it is.
She is brazen.
He's the only guy in a 20-mile radius whose face does not look like a pug.
It's true.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, he does look like Dick Van Dyke.
It does look like Victor. Oh, I would. Heartbeat.
And clearly, he has a way with his hands.
A very bad and clumsy way with his hands, but you know.
It's true, nothing he does works.
To be honest, though, like, when you got nothing else, you'll take some.
Though, who here, when they saw him getting out from underneath Chitty Chitty Bang Bang at the beach, like, oh, hey there.
Oh, when he's all, like, oiled up?
Oh, yeah.
Like, smudged up? Sorry, having a moment. Go on.
But yeah, that's what I would do. I take out clearly all the fun bits.
You're no fun, Pippin.
Well, here's the thing, because there was so much of it, it wasn't fun anyway.
Oh. God,
Commit.
Pippin.
Yeah.
What a fucking downer.
I feel called out.
I wouldn't have the roses of success. Aww.
The Roses of Success didn't do anything for the plot.
I know it. I know.
Kill your darlings, cat.
Fuck off.
Okay.
And it's possible that makes this a fundamentally different movie, but I don't care.
It's your fucking changes.
Yup.
All
Alright.
right.
I'd be interested, actually, to see if you just did the candy bits. You know, all the stuff that was relevant just to that, how long that would be.
It's so short.
About an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's the thing, for a kid's movie, about an hour, maybe add a bit more to fluff up the romance aspect.
actually, she makes a point.
Yeah.
I know I do. I am right.
It wouldn't be
Do you want me to
Chitty
take that
Chitty
point away?
Bang Bang anymore.
It won't be yeah, but okay, but let's be real. Apparently I didn't like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Wow.
Brendan, I feel your pain. I'm there with you.
I know.
I'm there with you.
I know. Be strong, old man.
We're just like holding
All
back
right.
tears like, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
We love you.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I love you.
I do.
How long do you think
This is getting more and more disturbing the more longer we go on, though. So let's keep going.
Yeah. We should record late at night more often.
Yeah, seriously. What? I don't know what you're talking about. We're recording at a reasonable time of day.
Like reasonable adults.
Yeah.
Look at that lovely sunshine out there.
So shiny.
The daytime owl.
Daytime of the night.
Anyway, someone else go.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yep.
Okay.
Clearly I have a car fetish. We've established
Clearly.
this.
No.
I have a car...
I wouldn't have guessed it.
I know. I was shocked as well when I found out. But, to that end, the Grand Prix bit at the beginning, unless it's important, which it's not currently, we gotta cut it. As it's still cut it down. Cut it way down. Cut it down to, like, a lot.
2 races.
Not even 2 races. Just make a shorter version of each race, because you want to establish that this is a winning car, right? Like, this was a special car. But does that actually establish that it was a special car to your average fucking 8-year-old? No. I know, because again, I watched Ford versus Ferrari. Highly recommended.
That does make you the resident racing expert now. So.
Thank you. I assumed. But, you know what? This movie is called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Let's dive in. Shut up. It's the car's name. The car is the point. The car doesn't show up for huge portions of that time again in Bulgaria. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, the car got kidnapped.
The car gets like hidden in a tunnel for most of that adventure. So
That's also very true.
I mean, which is like, what's the fucking point of the, why? Literally, it only exists to be a special car to get them to this other story. Fuck that. I want special cars. I want Truly to be really into special cars. You know, keep the inventiveness. We'll take the ashes of disaster and take that song, put it in a different place. Cause I want to keep it. But also, it follows my invention theme. Invention, cars, and so on. In fact, it could have been a duo between Dick Van Dyke and the grandpa while they're working on the car.
Oh
yeah.
Meanwhile, you know, let's get some more of that history going on. Maybe the driver didn't die, even though he totally did. Maybe maybe that's Truly Scrumptious' dad.
Ooh.
Oh.
He couldn't drive anymore. What with his bum leg?
And what happened in India?
Ninja.
But, you know, he could go into the family business. He wasn't the inventor, but he's just following along, so that's well established. That's why they're all fucking rich. So he started doing that. But, you know, he still remembers car racing. He still remembers how much he loved it. And he's always wondered what happened to his old car.
Does his leg always itch a little bit?
I mean, sure.
Like, yeah, wants to put the pedal to the metal again.
It always aches. You know, and he gets like an impassioned speech about whatever. And let's cut it down. Let's focus it. Make it about the car. Make it about the candy, even. You know, get Scrumptious in there. Get Truly in there.
Yeah.
And then, instead of this bullshit adventure somewhere else, here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna rebuild the car so it can race again.
Oh, that would have made way more sense.
So it can race again. And it's the spirit of the car coming back. So that even a bullshit guy like Dick Van Dyke in this movie, correct as Spox, can make a car that can win the Grand Prix. Or at least the local. Or
maybe Truly does.
Or the local, it's the local town race. Forget the Grand Prix. That's way too fantastic. It's the local town race that Mr. Scrumptious puts on because he misses it.
Yeah. And the prize money is just enough. It's just enough.
He needs the prize money.
It's just enough to finally fix a roof.
Well, the prize money is enough to finish the invention of the boiled sweets, which he can then sell the license patent to Mr. Scrumptious. And then it connects it all up, you know, but there's the racing. Truly, let's fucking make her a race car driver. I love it. She's following in her dad's footsteps.
Her dad doesn't approve.
But secretly because he wishes he could do it, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Aw, they can have like a heart-to-heart toward the end of the movie.
Yes. And he's like disapproving, and then he sees the car that she's driving.
Truly Scrumptious, I love you.
Yes, but the car is his car, the one he's been looking for. Just like the grandpa is his Batman that he's been looking for. What?
Because they're in love.
Yes.
Obviously.
So that's my story, guys. I'm actually really upset that's not the story. As per usual.
Also, is truly more openly thirsty for
Pops. I wouldn't say so. She's pretty fucking thirsty in this movie. What she is though is less willing to put up, somehow even less willing to put up with Potts being a dick about her driving. So at one point she gets him into her car and she's driving and she hairpin turns around shit and he like,
oh hell yeah.
And all sorts of stuff. And that's how he gets the idea that he shouldn't be the one racing Chitty because he can make the car, but he's not really that good at like the follow through. She should do it. And see, that's the connection point, right? He's giving her that, you know, she's helping him this, like,
I gave Chitty its voice, but you can make it sing.
Oh, god damn.
Musical.
Sweet. Jesus. But yeah, and you know, the grandpa's part of it, and the kids are kids. maybe there's, I don't know what to do with the fucking, I admit, that's where my vast imagination fails.
The kids are gone.
No, you gotta have the children. This is a children's movie. Otherwise, it might as well.
We don't need children in a children's movie. We need active role models that the kids want to be aspiring to. Like, I didn't see, like, the movie and be like, yeah, I want to be those kids. Like, no, I want to be the inventor. Come on, that's cool.
I don't know. Like, there's a way to make kids cool in movies. I'll say it. Like, Spy Kids is a great fucking movie.
We should do Spy Kids.
We should absolutely do Spy. No, Spy Kids is great. You don't understand.
I know.
You think it's bad? No, it's fucking genius.
It has Antonio Banderas. I'm not going to fight anybody.
I know. Oh, no, it's, I think, directed by Robert Rodriguez, right?
It's got a lot going on. Alan Cummings in it.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually watched Spy Kids 3D in the theater.
Oh, okay.
When I was a teenager.
All right.
Because I was a board camp counselor.
Nice.
But anyway, so that's my fix.
Nice.
So it turns out I'm also cutting out the child catcher. Fuck.
Unrelated to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did this movie take place before or after World War I?
Oh, actually we should know that from the Grand Prix. Does anybody remember the years of the Grand Prix?
Oh,
1909.
Yes. What was the latest one? 1909?
1911, something like
1911?
that.
Okay.
I thought.
World War I starts in 1915. So by the way, we've also had flight. You know, the airplanes are a thing that's been working on.
But things, what I'm getting at is this might be an alternate history.
Oh. I mean, because it has to be long enough for the car to be, like, pretty rotted.
Old. So in the 30s at least.
Is it? How long does it take for metal to get to that stage? After it's been burned out.
If it's out in the open and when it rains.
It's a good call.
Might have been covered in a tarp. I mean,
it probably takes place like round like the same time as Peter Wimsey.
Well, Wimsey takes place after World War I.
Yeah.
But Truly's costumes are incorrect. Truly's costumes are Edwardian, which is solid before World War I.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. And also all the people working in various locations.
Oh, yeah.
Because Edwardian is the shift right after Victorian. So, particularly when you're in the circus scene, you can see a lot of people, like, we're moving away from bustles, but slowly. We're going towards tighter skirts, and stuff like that.
And the coat.
Yeah.
And everyone's coats just look awkward and ill-fitting.
Honestly, I would put this, well, I'm sorry, Pippin, what was the last year again? 1910?
It was like 1911.
1909.
Okay. I would give this, honestly, the year before the war. 1914.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Like truly we are now married. And you've been enlisted. Oh.
Been enlisted, and now Truly's gotta go work, in the fields, being a land girl. Sorry, I'm having now like a whole fantasy sequence where she's like, meets another land girl and they fall in love. There's your career content, Pip.
Yeah! Also, I was going through my notes, and early on I bet someone could make a Ford versus Ferrari joke at some point during the movie. So Cass, thank you for falling right into that expectation.
Deep. I fell deep into that expectation. I not only referenced it in like the first 5 minutes, but I also am just like, no, seriously, everyone watch that movie. It's like Fast and Furious with engineering porn.
Oh, Fast and the Furious prequel.
Like, Fast and Furious doesn't really work if you look at, like, science, but it's great racing.
No.
Whereas Ford vs. Ferrari fills that gap with the science and and engines and shit. It's good shit.
Al.
Yeah. So, what I'm gonna do is just do basic little tiny cuts here and there. A bit off of the races, a bit off of Truly meeting Care Atticus, a bit off that dinner. Mainly the children singing. Just like chop off like 2 minutes, 5 minutes from like every
song.
What? Like every
That's
song.
in every song.
I was gonna say
Every element of this.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, fair.
Like, 'cause I do like them going to Bulgaria. I do, like, it's weird, it's stupid, but
it's weird, it's stupid, and there's nothing more to say.
The only road that I have ever known.
You can cut out just 2 or 3 minutes from the not German spies trying to steal the car.
You could cut out the German spies.
Yeah,
it's true.
You could.
They do nothing for this.
True.
Just make it tighter.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Kat, I'm going to have to remove Through the Ashes. I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry.
And remove the Baronet and the Baroness's
the bare necessities. Sorry.
Yes.
The escapades.
The sex escapades, yes.
What does anybody remember what the tune to that one was? Oh. Was it the You're my oopie doopie loopy loopy doo.
Something like that. Yeah.
We're
all just kind of blocking it now.
Yeah.
It was a forgettable song in the movie.
Yeah, the only thing I remember from that scene anyway was her surviving the trapdoor, or it was nothing, go Queen. And but also just keep all of the child catcher.
Yes.
Of course. No, child catcher is love. Child catcher is life.
Whoa.
Cause is just a game of tiny cuts.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Alright, I'm gonna challenge you a little bit on this. Which is that with your game of tiny cuts, can you accomplish a coherent storyline? Because let's think about, we've all watched 3-hour-long movies, right? Where it actually moved.
Yeah, but this didn't.
But the reason why it was able to move was because there was a coherent story that, there was a through line and stuff like that. The question is, would this just be a shorter mess?
When you allow the pacing to actually keep things moving forward, you don't get bored. You don't have to start questioning why the fuck they're in Bulgaria.
If things move faster, you don't... There are a lot of plots that work because you don't have time to stop and think about it.
That's true.
You don't need to see the I'm coasting at night with Dick Van talk about how Chitty knows the way to go.
How?
It's because Chitty is a magical car.
It's because Chitty is the dead man.
It's because Chitty is also the spaceship up in Major Tom.
Oh my god. Deep cut.
I say, Chitty knows the way to go.
Whoa.
See, and I'm just thinking the dead travel fast, which is why Chitty can get places so quickly.
Oh my god, I'm into it. I'm super into it.
Yeah, it's not that this doesn't have a through line. It's just that the through line's been stretched so thin.
Okay. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and...
That's all I have to say about that. Alright.
And also just because... that's me. Caractus? Let's change Caractus to a woman. Because, why the fuck not?
Fuck yeah, lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, here's where I'm going. I agree with a lot of Al's points there. We could probably cut a lot of fat from this movie and not miss much. I'd get to Chitty Chitty itself much earlier. Maybe instead of all the sequence leading up to getting the car, Caractacus just happened to have actual funds saved or something like that. Because what I want for this movie is I want the key element of our protagonist here, which is that he is an inventor. Mm-hmm. to actually play a through line through the entire adventures in the movie. So a lot of the challenges and conflicts get resolved through like wit and invention rather than a dance routine at the very end. And to that point, kind of playing into Truly's fixation with inventions, I'm thinking we have this thing we could establish where like Caractacus makes these like incomplete inventions, but she kind of fiddles with it, and what do you know? That's what causes it to actually function correctly. Like, she can actually, like, do the equivalent of programming the machine to actually work correctly. So it's through the teamwork of them that they can, like, resolve this whole entire child catcher dilemma. Because the other thing I'd change, you guys, you know, that little diddle-doo bit.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of that. The Vulgaria sequence is real.
Oh, shit. Guys, wait.
Because why make it a dream sequence?
Oh my god, guys. What if it wasn't Bulgaria? What if it was just straight up Germany? What if this is the... What if... Oh my god. Wait, not for... Germany wasn't really the bad guys, per se, of World War I until a little bit later. But what if it was, like, a whole...
The Kaiser.
Yeah, what was it, like, its whole fucking allegory? But, like, more obvious.
Yeah, I just think that we could have a lot of fun. Like, maybe the child catcher takes the children early on because they hear that the British have, like, this now genius inventor. Like, he made this fantabulous car device that might, in this upcoming war, be used against them. So they capture his kids. And then we have this inventor and Truly going off on a rescue mission and revenge.
Oh my god. I'm into it.
Because, again, I like the idea that if you have a main feature of a protagonist being like, oh, they're an inventor, they're this, they're that, like, I think that should play in the resolution somehow.
That's fair.
And give Truly an active role in the resolution as well, because you know what? Truly's awesome. She's into inventors and into inventions.
Did you have a crush on Truly when you were a child?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
I think that...
You saw the dance, the music box dance.
Yearning. You know what?
True queer experience.
I have to say, actually, also, that whole sequence may be one of those golden opportunities to see, like, which of your children turn out how? Which ones like girls and which ones like boys and which like both? Because I know that I was spoiled for riches in that scene.
But anyway, that's what I primarily want, for me at least. Mm-hmm. And because, I don't know, for fun, we, bookend the very end of the movie with, with, Jeremy telling his granddaughter this adventure that happened, and that granddaughter, Pepper Potts. It's part of the MCU now because Disney owns it all. That's right.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so much just happened.
I fucking love it. That's why she's into it. Oh my god.
Now you know.
Knowing is half the battle.
I like how Pippin, you and I went with really different references.
Wait, what did you do?
Now we know. Now we know.
We know now. It's I'll send you the link. It's a Mitchell and Webb sketch.
Nice.
I'll send you all the link. And then you can then you can decide whether or not our listening audience deserves to have it too.
I mean, we've mentioned enough that probably they do, but maybe they don't. Have they done anything to deserve it?
Such a good question.
I mean, what have our listeners done to deserve any of our...
What have they done
I kid, I'm not going to antagonize.
What have they done to deserve this? Nothing. You just do it.
They know their sins.
What have they done for us lately?
Oh.
Use a cue.
Okay. Do you guys want to do a quick game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I have an idea.
Oh, what's your idea?
The character that would be king. We take one of the side characters and make them the protagonist instead. And and what story comes from it.
So we're all just going to try to get
Pick
the grandfather first,
Yeah,
right?
we're all going for grandpa first.
Yeah, that... I thought
Well,
that...
I wasn't going to pick the grandfather.
I was, but then I thought I went first on the story changes, so it would probably be mean for me to swipe it again.
Do you want me to go first, considering I'm not going to be doing the grandfather?
Well, either that or you can watch Alex and I wrestle for it.
Ooh, that might be
Wait,
fun.
I don't get... Oh, because I already said I wouldn't.
Yeah, you see.
Exactly.
You already said you wouldn't pit
damn
them.
it.
Then.
So, Kat.
Fight me.
So, Kat.
Yes, Alex. Yeah.
What's this going to be? Keep in mind that I am currently holding my hands in a position like a gunslinger.
Keep in mind that I am currently not. Huh.
This
Okay,
town ain't big enough for the both of y'all.
We're gonna use Pippin as a tiebreaker. Pippin,
Yes.
please name a lyric of a folk song.
Ooh.
The first one of us who can name the title of it gets to have grandpa.
Oh, a lyric from a folk song.
Yep. Traditional folk song. First one who gets the title gets grandpa.
For I fear you are a rake.
Oh, shit.
The rain or dine.
Yeah!
Fuck! Fuck!
All right,
Or to
Alex
my
gets
good
it.
opinion, I fear you are a rake. Sorry.
That's okay, because apparently that's all you fucking needed. Damn it.
Listen,
Rain
here's the thing.
Damn it. I'm really upset with myself now.
To be fair, in your defense, we are twins.
And you know that Alex is a goddamn rake? I understand.
Alex and I have the same folk references.
Damn it.
Also,
But you picked the game.
I picked the game, and this is on me.
we've played this game before.
Have we played Knifey Spoony before?
No,
What do you mean?
Pip
Oh,
and I,
really?
But, Alex and I have a separate game.
where we, so, Grandpa, we're making it all about him. We're justifying both Through the Ashes and his, fucking, and, outhouse, outhouse, was being dragged by a balloon, by a balloon song. We're justifying it.
We're justifying it. How?
Cause we're fucking starting with him getting kidnapped.
Oh!
And this is his introduction and song, and also being kind of like narrating the plot. Mm-hmm. Because he is going around the world
In 80
In
days.
80 days.
Yes. No. It is going to be one of those multi country adventure
Adventures?
Yeah, like going from city to city, from Bahrain to Botswana, that kind of a deal.
Okay.
Like, cause like he, in his dementia, he mentions, going to, visiting the Maharaja for tea and going to Alaska.
Yep.
We're going to watch him go on these adventures and they are going to be real.
Nice.
Oh my god, guys, is his weird little hut a TARDIS?
Yeah, it is
Yes.
now.
Grandpa's a Time Lord.
Grandpa's a Time Lord, Grandpa's a Time Lord.
Explains so much.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, why he's one of the few characters I can stand.
Yeah.
Aha.
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And we go around. He actually does invent something when he gets captured with all the inventors. Mm-hmm. Because through the ashes comes the roses of success.
Thank you.
You notice how they sang that song, but they've all been stuck there for decades?
Yeah. I think they were on drugs.
They're just trying to they're just trying to cheer him up in his new forever in prison situation.
Yeah, that was the case in the movie. But not anymore. So, yeah. Grandpa's going on an adventure.
Nice.
Nice.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna be, that person,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make the children the main characters.
Oh God.
Yes. I want to see them going to school.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time, for the only time. Going to school, we see their lives like that. We see them going to that circus. That's why the dad goes. He goes chasing after them, ends up in a random thing and making some money. So he can't be that angry that they ran off. Like, the children do all these, like, why, oh my god, the children do a parent trap.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a weird 1914 parent trap. Cause they're looking at their situation. They know it ain't good. They're not dumb in this version. They're like, we gotta set dad with somebody, clearly. Truly Scrumptious is not just pretty.
She's thirsty.
She's thirsty, already has a thing for inventors, apparently, and is rich.
Yeah.
Girl drives a nice car. And so, this is Machination Central. Dogs are somehow let loose into areas. They contrive for the car to do a thing. I do not doubt that Potts is a great inventor. However, he doesn't make a magic car. This really becomes much more set in the real world. The child catcher does exist, but he's just the creepy guy.
No, he's the truant officer.
Oh my god. He is the truant officer. He's a truant officer. He's a direct opposition to what they want to be doing. He's also creepy. It's because of the truant officer and his wildly inappropriate methods of catching children that convinces Potts to take his children out full time and homeschool with a tutor that he can now afford because he's married to Truly.
Huzzah!
Hooray!
So yeah, I would give the kids make them a hell of a lot more clever and give them some real oomph in this story. And I get to keep the child catcher.
Yeah.
Well, this is convenient because you know who my character is that I'm making the main character?
Uh-oh.
The child catcher.
I saw this coming.
Because let me tell you, what drives a man to be a catcher of children?
Drugs.
I'll tell you. Ultimately, yes. But we're going to be doing a deep dive into what drives him. What was the traumatic past of the child catcher? That now he's a mercenary for minors.
A mercenary.
Yeah, we're talking.
Jesus Christ. I fucking love it.
Listen, we're going to be taking some pages from like that Joker movie that I still haven't seen.
That's okay. I saw the David Harbour parody of it. And that's all I really needed.
There we go. I'll watch it eventually.
I won't.
But no, we're going to do a deep dive into this character and find out like, hey, turns out some rich people will pay you a lot of coin for doing things that they don't want to do. And then what do you know? It turns out he has a knack for it. He's good at it. He can smell where they are after all.
This is the first thing he's ever really been good at.
Exactly. He used to be like a school vice principal, and that was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Not just for him, presumably.
Yeah, for everybody involved. Like, he has that school vice principal vibe.
He does.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
Does he have a moral reckoning when he realizes that some children really he shouldn't get captured?
Oh hell no. No, his thing is embracing the inner catcher.
But in the end, doesn't he just want to catch his dreams?
That's what he's doing. He learns that after all, it was catching kids. That was the dream.
Was the dream. He thought he hated him. No, it's an inverted kind of love.
Ooh.
That's a...
Thank
Somehow
you.
it got worse.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy.
All right.
So,
Pippin, take us home.
So mine is kind of similar to Bren's.
Awesome.
I want to know more about the Baroness.
Oh.
What?
What the fuck happened to her?
It's true.
That she hates children enough to hire the creepy ass child catcher. That she ended up in this marriage with this dude who clearly does not like her, but she fucking loves him.
And they have a weird,
pseudosexual, psychosexual,
with a lot of infantalism.
Yeah, is that for her? Is that for him?
Who gets off on what? Such an important question.
Yeah. Who's actually in control of the court? Because I'm not sure he has that ability.
The wherewithal.
Yeah. So I think, he's the name, but she's the one actually doing shit.
But what kind of shit is she doing?
Exactly.
What is their export?
Hiring child catchers.
What are they? Oh my god, are they exporting children?
Yes!
Or the product from children.
Ew.
Like their life essence.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Pippin's like, I'm done. That's what it is.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Like, I've said my piece.
How else did Bulgaria become so wealthy?
It's a good question. I mean, like, seriously, they don't seem to have any imports or exports. Or, like, what's their GDP?
But they have children that, when they're captured, we don't see them again.
We never see them again.
They have inventors in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to assume there's a reason they're still alive.
Yep. Here's the thing, they're very old inventors, and the Baroness is very young looking. And, I mean, the inventors, I think, also look older than even the Baron.
Okay, here's the thing. At first, they tried siphoning the life essence from adults, but it didn't work too well.
Oh, shit!
Yes.
Oh, shit, the inventors, no!
I just made such a better movie.
Yeah, she's been selling, like, eternal youth to other world leaders out there.
Oh, fuck, guys. Is she, like, a weird blonde version of Bathory?
She the one who bathed in...
Virgin blood? Yes, she did.
That is, in fact, what I was thinking of, yeah.
Or young women's blood, anyway.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
Women serial killers are fascinating.
They super are.
There's a book called Lady Killers.
I mean to read that.
It's good.
Alright.
And Brendan's like,
Well, I'm noticing the timestamp.
Oh, yeah.
That too.
Oh, no.
Intermission, guys.
Yeah. So, Al, can you get us out of this, this dream sequence that is this podcast episode?
As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred. See you next time when we talk about the 1994 film Airheads. Until then, we're No Story Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No
story is
sacred.
sacred.